We are getting ready to get started. Make sure y'all go invite, share this stream. I promise you, you do not want to miss this conversation tonight. Let's get them in the room, y'all. Let's share this stream, y'all. Let's get them in the building. My guest tonight is somebody you definitely want to hear from. I'm not going to tell you a fun fact about her just yet because y'all need to wait around and see. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Blue Organic. That's right, Blue Organic in the house. Check them out, blueorganic.com. Amazing products, amazing people, helping you to cope with all of your stress and daily issues. We're getting ready to get started. Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What's good? It's your boy Lo, man. We in the building, man. Let me get situated right here because I'm excited about tonight, man. I'm excited about what we got going. Y'all know I got my theme music in the building. We right here. Hey. So let's sit and grow. Come on, share this. Let's get some people in the building. We're going to get going, get started. All right, I'm situated. I got my stuff. Now, listen, I am loving the pink panties by Blue Organic. I live a very hectic lifestyle. So I am here today, there tomorrow. And a lot of times, man, I need something that helps me unwind, something that helps me to just bring the day down. And nothing does that like their pink panties. And yes, Mom, this is not me being vulgar. This is called pink panties. Lemonade. It's pink. And they just said it. It just feels like the name should have been pink panties. I don't know. I'm in marketing. I just do what people tell me to do. But it's a great, great, great way to unwind throughout the day. And I want you guys to make sure y'all check that out. All right. So let me pull this down, man. What's good? What's good? Give me some more claps. Some claps in the building, man. Let's get this pod started. I'm so excited to be here with you today. If you do not know, my name is Aloysius Ballard. I am slow down, Lo. Let me slow down. Can I start over? Y'all okay with that? All right, man. So welcome to the podcast today. My name is Aloysius Ballard. I am an award-winning filmmaker, creative director, all these hats that God has allowed me to do. And because of that, man, I've been fortunate to meet some amazing people in my life. Some of you may know that being able to meet people who make an impact on your life is a very special gift. Everybody doesn't get to do that. Everybody doesn't get to walk the road and the journeys that some of us are privileged to call our lives. So what I wanted to do, and I started before the pandemic. I wasn't a pandemic pod baby, okay? I started before the pandemic, but I stopped because podcasting is hard, man. It's hard getting on here, having conversations, coming up with ideas, coming up with guests each and every week. But I found my groove. I found my rhythm. We're on our way to 100 episodes. The statistics say most people don't get past 50. 80% of people don't get past 50 in their podcast. So I'm happy and I'm blessed and I'm fortunate to say that I am at that number. Now, with that being said, man, we started this podcast. And of course, with any venture, you cannot start something without support and help. And that help is called the Loyalty Crew. Can y'all see this? Oh, there it is. You check out your boy, the Loyalty Crew. And the Loyalty Crew is my group of people who support me over on Patreon. They're like my play cousins, right? So they support by giving a cup of coffee. It starts at $5. Some of them give more than that, but it allows me to create content, to give them access to me, to, their short film ideas, their project ideas, gear, whatever the case. Some people just need marketing or motivation, and all of that you can experience over on Patreon at the Loyalty Crew. And we give a little more insight into my life, into behind the scenes things that I can't share publicly, but you can get if you are behind the curtain with me. And that's what we do over at Patreon. So make sure if you're interested in that, you can try it out for a cup of coffee a month. You can cancel at any time. And it goes from there. So thank you to the Loyalty Crew. Let's give them some claps, man, because support and loyalty. And here's the thing. Loyalty is something that I believe you should have to yourself as well to your dream. And you can't have loyalty without your boy, where I'm at right here, Low. So yeah, that's how we got the name of that. Now let's get into this pod today, man. Before I do that, listen, we've been having some church on the pod lately, man. I don't know what it is. I do know what it is. All of my people that come in, like, bruh, been having some real good gems, been doing a lot of good stuff when it comes to just dropping this information that we need to be motivated, because we're 1 month down in the year. And guess what? It's easy to quit. When I first went to the gym, and matter of fact, I'm going to show you a little clip of that before we begin. I started my health weight transformation the first of this year. So my birthday is November 23rd, just in case you want to remember your boy. My birthday is November 23rd. And something I always do is I see the number 1123. So I see my birthday literally every day. It used to freak me out a little bit, but now I see it as a reminder for me to value the days that I have, for me to value the journey that I'm on and the purpose that is within me. And because of that, this year is my signature year. The first day of this year was January 1st, 23. And because of that, I felt like that was a sign to me to do some things along with a conversation I had with my son, Caden, to change some things about my life, to really hone in on going all in on me. Because a lot of times in the past, I would put myself, and a lot of us struggle with this. We put ourselves last when it comes to building out our purposes, when it comes to us building out our dreams. And I said no to that going forward. So 1123 is going to be my journey to my birthday, right? And I say that to say this. When I started going to the gym in January 1st, it was packed. Like literally, there was no machine available. I was waiting in line for people to make room. And now, February 1st, I can see clearly now. The gym is clear. And it's just that easy for us to abandon our dreams. But we're going to talk about some of that a little bit, because journey and how we get to where we are is a big thing that I like to explain and talk about and break down on this podcast. But before we do that, I want you to check this out. If you want to keep up with my weight journey, you can follow me on YouTube at Aloysius Ballard. But I'm going to give you a little teaser, and then I'm going to bring in my guests. So y'all don't you laugh at me. I'm transforming where I was to where I want to be. All right.
One thing I can give you is a speech. What I can't give you is heart. I can't infuse that dog in you. But you're going to have to have it if you're going to win in this league. If you're going to be a champion in this league, you're going to have that dog. You're going to have to play hurt. You're going to have to play when you don't feel, when stuff is going on, and that's what you missing. Y'all coming close, but to get to the next level, you can't be a lion, which means you look like you the king of the jungle. You fight like you the king of the jungle.
Hey! She's in the building. What's up, Cece?
Lo, how are you? I see you getting it in.
Hey, your boy, look, I'm just trying to get right. I'm just trying to get just a little bit, you know. You gonna come one Sunday and work out with us?
I will. Now maybe not all of that, but you know, I'll do a few of those things.
Listen, everybody can start somewhere. I had Jasora in there this past Sunday, so she's gonna make the vlog next week. But she survived. Everybody survives. We meet each other where we are. That's the whole point.
I'll come one of these days. But you know what? I'm all for it. I'm the same way, Lo. I think that I have been on my personal fitness journey. It's been like almost 8 months now, just little by little change in my life.
There you go. Now, listen, before we get into our conversation.
Okay.
I'm doing better with this. You got to help be my choir. Have you ever been in choir? Now, you've been in a choir.
I'm a soprano all the way.
Hey, so listen, I want that good soprano note, right? So we're going to do my intro, The World According to Lo. If you don't know the words this time, by the next time you come back on the pod, I want you to know the words, all right? But what you can do is fake it with a good church clap. I just want you to clap and rock, all right? You got me?
I got you.
So we're going to intro the pod, then we're going to start our conversation. All right, here we go. Come on, Cece. Let's go. Like you already know, it's gonna be a good show. It's the world according to Lo. Hey, so let's sit and grow. It's gonna be a good show. Everybody, welcome to the podcast. I think this is episode 77 or 78. But I'm so happy to have you. I have Cece Shabazz in the building, a legend. Cece, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Well, Lo, I too am a creative director, award-winning creative director. I've been in this industry a little over 20 plus years, if you can believe it. I started off in graphic communications, graphic designers. I made my way into art direction. After that, I like the whole process of bringing all the parts and pieces together, from the business to the proposals to the writing. And then I got into creative direction. And so like, it's been a journey, but I have been so blessed that like since college, I've been living this creative life and keep going from glory to glory to glory.
So do you feel like, so let's back it up. So have you always been a creative person? Like, so you started developing your creative voice early in life.
Yes, and then it's part of, literally, I started off drawing, and I don't know if a lot of people, like, I drew on everything. Like, I'm an artist, fine artist by trade. But at some point, a lot of folks don't know that. Like, if you go back into young Cece's life, it's charcoals and watercolor and paint and sculpture and all that good stuff. But at some point, I was told that you can't make any money in fine art. And so, yeah, and I had to kind of figure out, like, how was I going to be using my talent to do this thing that I love so much. And I think it wasn't, do you guys, you might be too young for this. Have you ever heard of the movie Boomerang with Eddie Murphy? Eddie Murphy, they have Halle.
Listen, we not that far in age. We not that far apart. Okay. Don't do that. Yes.
That is how I found out about graphic advertising world. That's like, it wasn't until I saw that movie. It was just like, I had end up going into law at one time at the very beginning of my career because I just didn't think that I could do anything with it. I
Right.
got into law, then I went into physical therapy. And then it wasn't until that movie came out and I saw these people
My
creating,
goodness.
yes, it was like billboards and you saw it all the way around you, but it just never was, it was never expressed to me what this field was and that I had an opportunity to use my gifts and make money like that. I had no idea, but until that movie came out.
Well, you know, that movie impacted a lot of us because I think for me, it was the first time that I really did see someone of color in marketing. Like
Yeah.
you never really saw that. And then, you know, what's more intriguing to me is that we often have similarities in our journey because I was delayed in going into film based on hearing that as a teenager in high school that you couldn't make money in filmmaking.
Yep.
And because of that, I ended up becoming an economics major and and
Yes,
didn't love it, wasn't passionate about it, but I heard you just got paid very well.
exactly.
Now let's talk about it because I like the fact that you started creating early because one of the things we're going to talk about tonight is your creative voice and protecting it.
Yes.
Now, when you started creating and you were doing all the art and things of that nature, a lot of us just want to be expressive
Mm-hmm.
and we don't consider the fact that someone would take our art and monetize it or capitalize on it in a way that will become detrimental to us.
Yes.
So, when was your first instance where you started to notice that your creative voice had value?
Well, I tell you, it's two parts. So like I literally, and I think both of us are the same. I am competitive by nature, you know, just a little bit. And I have been award winner
A
for a long
little, a
just
little
a,
bit.
just a little bit, just a little, just a little bit competitive. And then, but I'm also extremely giving, and I think that we are some of the same people. We are always in brainstorming mode. I'm collaborative. I like to help people. If that's just that's my love language. If you need something, I just spill. And so I think it was in college was the first time I had a internship in college. And then, of course, I'm not really understanding what my creative worth was at that time. I did not understand that I had good ideas, even though I had success in college during that point. When I got to this place, I just felt like everybody knew more than me. And so I would spill and give all these ideas. And I just remembered one of my manager at that time taking my ideas and presenting it as her own, winning award for it all, and not giving me one single credit for any of it.
So what
And
was that like? So walk me through the let's not rush that
yeah,
because what was that experience like for you to have your identity pretty much creatively taken from you and sold off as somebody else's concept?
I felt powerless. I tell you, I felt powerless. At that moment when I saw what happened, and I tell you, and it was, and here's another. I like to tell this to creative folks to how important it is to understand your worth, not to overextend yourself. But at that moment, when this lady did that to me, I did not know how to express my emotions. I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't understand the frustrations that I had. I didn't even understand that like my ideas had that much value or weight. And so it was at that point I started to pivot and think about again how much I give away, what I say in conversations, how to start positioning myself in the room because I didn't know how to do that. I didn't even think that I didn't even think that I was worth having even though I was picked for this job, I didn't even think that I had worth to bring something to the table. And so that was my own mindset that I had to start to change.
And I like that you mentioned that you started the process then to fix or correct that in your creative journey because a lot of times and I think we've all been there. I remember when I first started like actually venturing out into marketing, I worked with this firm out in New York. It was ENS Sports Marketing. They worked out of Madison Square Garden, and they worked with major clients. So like the Knicks was a client. They had the Kellogg Foundation. That was one of my first times working with them, and all of these people had great experiences.
Yeah.
And here I am coming in thinking I'm not worthy to be there, but
Yes.
then started to be included in a lot of different things.
Yes.
And a lot of times we think our ideas are just conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
I suffered through this for a while in my career where I just would have diarrhea of creativity.
Yes. It happens.
So-
I still have to watch myself, Lo. I still
yeah,
watch myself.
it's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, because I love it and we're so passionate about what we do, like, I give it away freely, not realizing that there are others who bottle it, package it, and capitalize on the very gifts that we carry. Now, I want to ask you because you champion this cause.
Yes.
Now, is that the reason that sets you such ablaze when it comes to helping us and others protect their creative voice?
Yes, it is. I think, and I've seen it throughout my career. That was my first instance, and I remember how it affected me. I remember feeling low. I remember feeling at one point feeling like I was this powerful woman who could have all these fantastic ideas, but having somebody strip me of my voice and my power, I never ever wanted anybody to go through that again. So like now, and you see it happen throughout your career. Now, creatives, we're normally extremely sensitive. Creatives, for the most of us, there's not a lot of us who step up in leadership. We're usually behind the scenes, picking up the pieces. We're the ones that stand late, making all these things happen. We're sensitive. We're introverted, and we a lot of times it's just a part of our DNA. We're not. Oftentimes, we're not great communicators. We live in frustration, and we're extremely passionate too. And so it's up to us who have blazed the trail before, who have seen it, gone through it, to raise our voices to protect the folks in our industry. Because guess what? I mean, like there is folks like even here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast that they're leaving just because they operate in frustration. Folks taking their voices. They go through burnout because burnout is real.
Yeah.
Burnout is real, and half of it is because of not being respected.
So
I
let's
didn't.
talk about that too, because what some people call disrespect, others say, no, this makes you who you are. I
Mhm.
went through this and I achieved my position by paying my dues, right?
Yes.
Like, you are in a position of influence where you lead creatives.
Mhm.
Do you believe that there is a rite of passage that creatives have to take where your ideas will be taken and passed off by your superiors and credit not be given?
I tell you, it ends up happening, but I do not believe in it. And it's a part of, if you've ever worked with me or had anybody who's been under me, just because it's so easy to get into that trend. Once you let it happen a few times, it's so easy for you to get in the trends to allow people to take your ideas and shine. And then the thing is, Lo, we are idea machines and all that good stuff. Some things I do believe that you do need to give, get along to get at some point. But at some point, if you want to advance in this career, you have to learn how to take claim of your ideas and not give them away. So at no point do I think that it is really right for you to completely give up your creative. You're gonna end up frustrated. I've never seen a creative who gave away all their ideas and not get frustrated.
So let's talk about some of the alternatives, right?
Mm-hmm.
how do we start protecting our creative voice? Because now if you post it, anybody can have access to it.
Yeah, the internet right now is crazy. And so like, and you talked about it a little bit earlier today. It's just it's building your brand and building your voice. It's like a part of who you are anyways. We all have to realize that we are brands in our own right. We have our unique style, we have our unique way of presenting things. I know for a fact that it's something that I put out there. If some folks want to take it, some things, it's just like we're imitators by nature. When a child is born, the first thing they do is imitate. So it's going to happen, but it's up to you to develop your personal brand in a way that when folks see it, when they know you, they know that this is a part of you. So that's number one.
So let's put a pin right there. Hold your thought, because I have a legend on tonight, and I like my podcast to be a classroom, right?
Yeah.
I want people to leave. I want to instill value. The only reason I make time for this, because if it's not being useful, I'll end it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about personal brand. For those who don't understand that may be creative, in your words, what is our personal brand?
So your personal brand is your unique way of doing things. So now, I gotta say that there's honestly absolutely nothing new under the sun. There's just not. You're gonna have to, if you have an idea that absolutely positively no one on the face of the earth has ever heard of, the odds is it's probably not that useful, because we need to put out ideas that people need. So your personal brand it's your unique way of expressing your concepts. It's your unique way of talking. It's your look, the way you use words. It's the photos you use, the way that you do your video. It's your background color of the purple. It's the low intro when you come in. It's the clap your hands to this. It's your wanting to teach. Your personal brand is your way to express the concepts, your creative vision. And no matter what it is, there's a gazillion podcasts out there, but there's not a podcast the way that Low does it. There's a ton of creative directors out there, but they're still not creative direction the way that Cece does it. And so it's important for us to understand who we are in our creativity. And I think that's a lot of times where folks get off track, is because they don't understand their creative work. They don't understand who they are and what uniqueness they bring to the table. But that's in a nutshell.
Now, I like that, because one thing, and I love that we both are in marketing, because we could have this is going to be a great conversation.
I love it.
I do too. One thing that I'm understanding.
Hey, sis.
I got a photo bomb.
Okay. It's not where the camera at?
I love it.
Oh. Hey. Look, I had a photo bomb because this is my soror.
Yes.
Yes.
For my audio listeners,
she knew me before
my wife is photo bombing
Ooh.
the pod right now.
All day long. So anyway, hey girl, I'm listening to you, loving it.
I love it too. That hair is everything,
isn't it,
girl?
I love it. Ooh,
I'm trying to get used to it.
I love it.
Thank you.
It's gorgeous.
Okay, y'all Deltas can get back to my conversation.
Listen.
Art
and cultures, that's one of.
But I love that though. You are literally family for us, and like I said, having you on is such a privilege and an honor. And my wife is correct. Actually, I don't know when you met Mina, but I know, and this is a great segue, because people don't understand. I've been trying to work for you forever and a day. I know you get sick of me saying this, but I told you I'm never going to let you live this down. But so when I first was a creative in the Mississippi area, I always heard the name Cece Shabazz. And I never got to personally meet you, but your name, and I think this ties into what we're discussing about personal brands, right? Mm-hmm. Your name and character was very praised outside of your presence. And
Yes.
it was something that I always respected because people always spoke highly to your creativity, but also in equal fashion, they spoke to your integrity and they spoke to the way that you handled yourself in a industry, number one, that was dominated, especially back then, by male presence.
Oh, yes. Very tough times.
Yes. And you know what? I celebrate the fact that you never hired me because I wouldn't be sitting where I am today had my journey
Yeah.
changed. So I always encourage people to never like question where life takes you. Just be open to learn and embrace the things that come your way, right? Because
Yeah.
now here we are. We work together a lot. We're in AAF, and we do things. We have
Favorite people.
shout out to AAF.
Yes.
If you are, matter of fact, let's do a seamless plug right here. If you are a
Right.
creative here on the Gulf Coast or in your area, there's probably a AAF organization, which is the American Advertising Federation. And man, is it so great to be around creatives like yourself. I love the fact that we pour into each other, we support each other, and
Mhm.
we get to do amazing community service and just other things that just feed me. And you were on me because I wasn't involved at first, and you forced me to get involved.
No. We needed that young energy. And then so like that is something that I love, just like everybody brings, so your life experiences, all that you've done. Could you imagine what you're going to be able to pour into this next slew of creatives coming to the area? And I am all for that. I'm all for planting seeds and growing gardens. I said that I have creative children all over the US. And I think that that's what we are called to do. And that's why we have to not only learn how to protect our creative process, but learn how to teach other and protect the creative process of others and give them platforms to shine on. So I'm grateful for this connection.
Me
You
too.
you can't get rid of me.
Oh no, wouldn't want to, no, nor try to. So let's pivot back a little bit, CC, because I know like I love how you explain the personal brand, right?
Mhm.
Now, building off of that, putting that personal brand into what we call the public eye.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain things that you like when we drive our cars, right? You can
Mm-hmm.
drive without insurance, but if something happens,
Yes.
it's kind of hard to not be covered, right? It's going to
That's
cost you more than it would if you protected yourself straight out the gate. So, what are your some tips that you give or recommend for people to protect their brand identity?
So a couple of things that I do is, again, it just goes back to what we talked about earlier, is learning how to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. It's just like I cannot tell you how often just because I'm a giver, it's like we said the same way. It's just like I know I'm intentional in what rooms I stepping into, very intentional on that, and what platforms that I'm on, and then how much I give away and how much I keep. So that is one thing. I'm just very intentional on that. I have to learn how to say no. That's very hard. I have to learn how to say no. So that's one thing. Another thing is just that, like, again, once I established my style, I made sure that because you got to advertise. We're in marketing. You can't keep it all to yourself. So it is important that you take out time to blow your own horn, which we don't. I still have issues with that. Again, I don't like people think I like. I want a lot of stuff, but the spotlight thing is it's still very difficult for me. But I understood that I had to learn how to market myself and get my champions surrounding me, folks like you, folks that like in AF. I have friends in the creative realm that are around me that help champion me and help me remember who I am, and then help guide got me to stand on certain platforms. I think that that's very important in protecting your brand. If you're putting out certain things, learn what, if you're in marketing, especially marketing and advertising, you got to know you got to know ethical laws. I mean, foundational stuff. Everything is not, we don't make things look pretty. That's not what we do. Like the differentiator in being leaders in it is just like knowing foundational things. It's just like, what kind of a thought leader are you? And then it's not so much as that I'm always making all these amazing creative things all the time. That's cool. But there's a whole bunch of folks that are creative, a whole lot of fun folks that are more creative than me, but I have been intentional in being a thought leader. And being a thought leader, like what we're doing right now, has helped me create this avenue, create these doors that God has just been opening up for me to step in and to shine a light on me. So I believe that like just having a marketing plan for yourself is, you have to. You can't just create a brand and do nothing with it. You don't do it for your clients. You are your own personal client. And if you don't know how to do it, you need to get folks around you that's going to help you do that. I mean, because like if not, you leave yourself open for folks to take advantage of you.
I love that. Like building a tribe is something I always tell people. You cannot do it by yourself. Like there were times where I literally was a one-man show. And I remember somebody mentioning that to me. And he said, Lo, you know, it's always been a dream of mine to work with you. First off, that was weird because I never think of myself in that light.
Yeah.
But to hear someone say that, but then his next statement shook me. He said, but you have a reputation of being a one-man show. And I thought about it. And because of our introvertedness, and I tell people all the time, like I've had people work for my company. I had employees. And one thing I tell people all the time is like, it's hard to work for me because I'm hands-on. Even as the owner, leader, whatever the case, I will always do the stuff because I was built and I built my career by doing the things that nobody else wanted to do. That has been a door opener for me every time. I remember where we would be working with celebrities and they'd be trying to get autographs and things. And then I would be over there like sweeping or picking up their bags. Hey, I know y'all got a tight run. Do you want me to go ahead and load this up into your car? And they were like, I thought you was just the camera guy. Like, yeah, but like I can add value. Like I can do this. I know, you know, this is something that can help ease the day. And the grunt work that nobody really wanted to do was something that I capitalized on, like even to this day. And so when you factor that in, there's a lot of things that, you know, and I know you mentioned this, we're competitive. So I like things that I'm a part of that my name is attached to be nice. I don't want to do no janky stuff. Like I take pride more in that than money. Like you could pay me all day if it's not something I'm proud of. Mina always talks about me because when I make a video, I literally will watch it 1,000 times, like in different mediums. I watch it on my phone. I watch it on my TV. I'll watch it on my MacBook. I watch it like over and over because I'm always wondering, is this something that will add value? Well, I have an equation that I use called the 3 E's: educate, empower, and entertain, right? If you do those 3 things, you will make somebody enthusiastic about what you created. If you can do those things, it doesn't matter if it's a movie, if it's a TikTok, if you can do 3 of those things, people will come back for more content. And because of that, like you find people that will be passionate, and you know this in marketing, they'll be passionate about one of those. So they get excited in the meeting when it's the entertaining part. And then we'll say, well, what's the call to action, or what are we actually wanting people to take away from? And then it gets quiet. And then they're like, oh, I don't really care about that. Just y'all talk to me when it's like how we're going to make it look pretty, or all the cool stuff we can get, you know, to do this project with. And then you have some that migrate in those 3 things. how do you make sure that you are solid across all projects? Because you deal with a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So how do you make sure like you're staying enthusiastic about all of these areas when you're involved with something?
Oh gosh, Lil, that's a tough one. It is something that I have to work on yearly. Like literally, I have gone through the whole thing of just making sure that I understood my mental health. You know, when I'm
Yeah.
dealing with projects, just like being realistic. First of all, that was the biggest thing because at one point, I've had a fantastic career that I have literally worked in a lot of different industries. Everything I've done, I have branded whole cities. I have branded, everything from restaurants to, ports to all these different things. And so it was important for me, first of all, to like understand what I was passionate about because that means that I'm going to give my best to my client. If I wasn't completely, utterly in love with a particular industry, I needed to be real with myself. Number two is just like making sure my mental health was in check, making sure that like I knew where my stress levels were because for stress level and important and just frustrations and making sure that I could have all the information. That was big for me. It's just I am a stickler at the very beginning, and this is where a lot of creators messed up. It's like at the very beginning of a project, and I think that me and you are the same in this. If I'm going to be doing the project, at the very beginning, I do all of the groundwork. The groundwork is not all the pretty stuff. It's asking all the important questions. It's making sure that we get down to what the pain points are, what the objectives are, where we're trying to go. Like all that writing, all of the formatting at the very beginning, that is like 70% of your job. If you get all of that down, you're able to always get the data down. If you're creating from data, and this has been through my entire career, data and insights, you are going to get creative solutions a lot quicker. So that is something that I make sure that I do. I make sure that I have my information so I stay enthusiastic. If not, I'll be working in frustration. And the other thing is just like making sure you take out time to train your eye. It's just like, what are you doing to keep yourself sharp? I love being around younger folks, like, having opportunities where I'm with people like you and like the rest of the team. I do a lot of things with the colleges, and I make sure that I'm like always open. I don't know everything. I don't ever want to get to the point where I'm not hungry. I don't ever want to get to the point that I feel like I know it all, because that's going to be the time of my downfall. And I think that has helped prolong my career because I'm always open. I don't care if it's the janitor. If the janitor have a dope idea, guess what? My ears are all open, and I'm going to sit there and intentionally listen to everything they have to say. And I think that like just having that openness and that enthusiasm, and then making sure that I understand how important data is at the very beginning, has kept me enthusiastic throughout this career. I have dealt with burnout though. That's everybody. But it has helped me.
So I love that. I love it. And I hope you guys are taking notes so that you can apply this to your own lives and your own brands and your journeys this year. Now, I have to ask, Cece, what are some goals that you are looking to do this year in 2023 that you set for yourself?
Oh goodness, let's see, Lo. So like this year is my year of I just want to expand who I am as a thought leader. And so I have been working on that for a little bit longer, just like on regional and national levels. I have some aspirations and ad fed, some goals that I want to set. So that is just being a better thought leader and making sure that I'm a better champion for those in the creative field. It's very important to me. Balance. That might not be a career goal, but like balancing me, making sure that I'm taking out the proper time for myself, for self-care, taking out time to be intentional and to be aware and just to live in the moments. Because that is where we get our power from. Like even like we talked about a little bit earlier when we went with going to church is like Genesis said, when God was a creative too, like that, the first way that God showed himself to us is out of creative, and just making sure that I take out time to rest, because I have had as an African American woman in this field, for many, many years, I felt that I could never turn off. So I had been very intentional in making sure that I self-care. So that means a lot of more vacation times and all of that good stuff. And then other than that, I do have a couple of I have a couple of goals in healthcare marketing. That's a new market that I'm in right now, a market that I never thought that I would be in. There's a few goals that I've set for myself then, but we'll see if we make it. I'll keep you updated.
There you go. Now, listen, I'm so excited and so just fortunate that you were able to come on tonight. I love having conversations with people that make an impact on my life. We are introverted, but even in our introversion, light shines through. We still want to connect with people that feed us. I call it breathing. So, being with someone who can exhale and give you what you need, and then you reciprocate that back to them, it's just a beautiful thing. And I think that's one of the things that God gives us when we have balance and healthy relationships.
That's
And
right.
that's what I want to do more of. I want to share great people to my audience so that they can grow and that they can see the manifestation of their dreams come true.
That's
I
right.
get to live my dream every day. I get to get up and I get to create. I get to make films and videos and digital content that impacts people. And I don't take that for granted. And, having that ability is just something that we often can forget when we're rushing off to the next job, or we're rushing to the next thing that we feel needs our attention. But this slows me down enough to appreciate and give flowers to the people that make my garden grow.
Oh,
So thank you again for being on the pod tonight. Tell people where they can find you.
Well, right now I am on LinkedIn is where I prefer for you to find me at, and I will make sure that, let me see where it is right here. But like LinkedIn is where I prefer for folks. I am like on LinkedIn more than I am on anything else. I'm on there more than Facebook, Instagram, anything else. And then it's just like, I want to say Cece Shabazz on LinkedIn. I'll make sure that I'll get that information to you. But yeah.
If they type in Cece Shabazz, all of your accolades gonna bring them to your page. Listen, I can tell you that right now.
That is my thought leader goal, and it's like LinkedIn is intentional. Y'all get
Yeah,
up,
man. And it's a great way to connect and to network with other colleagues that are amazing. And man, I want to see all those things come to fruition for you. I really think you have a great knack at helping people get where they need to be in life, in their careers. And anybody that is listening or watching this, Cece is one of those people you want in your circle. So, check her out, follow her. I cannot leave. Hold on, Cece. Let me do this. I cannot leave without shouting out, I got it made for my amazing merch. All right, let me bring Cece back. She can come back in. For my amazing merch. Yes, they are.
Fire. I love it.
Listen, we're going live. We just got everything in place. We are selling the merch. The Loyalty Crew sweatshirts and tees are available. Listen, I want nothing more than for us to spread love and light, and that's what the Loyalty Crew is. Right. If you are loyal to yourself, to the love that you have for your gift, your purpose, your talent, man, get one, take a picture, tag your boy, hey, and then we gonna do the song. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for tuning in, man.
Loyalty
I
Crew.
can't wait. It's your boy Lo. And I'll see you in the next one, man. Listen, give me some ideas. What should I do for episode 100? It's got to be special. That's a great milestone.
Oh, that's gonna be some great crowdsourcing things.
I need some help, Cece. I'm struggling.
You
got me? All right.
100. That's amazing, Low.
I know, right? Like, so many people don't even get there. It's such I'm so excited. Like, seriously, I'm so excited. Like, I don't know. I got to do something special. It's got to be special. But we're going to turn up. Maybe we'll make it an event. And then
that's what I was thinking, an event. And it should not just be, and it should, like 100. That's when you bring in some of your top, like maybe some of your top shows and everything. Do your low countdown to 100.
There we go. Help your boy out.
I'm here for it.
So, Cece, are you gonna come back? Can I get you back on the pod?
My gosh, Lo, this has been like, it's so relaxing, and I promise, and it's not just who you are, but I gotta tell you the same thing. I just I love you and your wife are people that I think about all the time. I'm extremely grateful for you being in my life, and then every time I see you, you just your work gets better and better and better and better. You are you yourself are an extraordinary creative, and you can't get rid of me. When I saw that Low shirt, I'm all in.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. It takes a village, man. We just personal branding, packaging, execution, man. And
how amazing his screen looks. Like
hey, I told you, if we can't listen, we didn't start here. It took a minute to get here, but literally all I do is study production. I love it. If I'm not with my family, I'm learning something, getting better at my craft. I just literally want to die empty. I don't want to be in my old age and have regrets about what I could have done, what I could have really focused on. I really want to go all in on everything that I know I'm capable of. Yeah. So continue to push your boy. I get the introvert in me will pull away, but keep pushing me forward. Okay.
Always.
And thank you all for listening. Listen, man, I don't take your time and your presence for nothing, man. I really know you could be doing a million other things, but you pulled up and you chopped it up with your boy. So thank you. It is my honor to have you in the midst. And once again, thank you to my sponsors for this episode, Blue Organic, who are amazing company. Arthur and Shayna is a family business. Man, you can't go wrong with checking them out. So check them out at blueorganic.com. And until next time, man, we're going to get out of here, and I will see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.